Welcome back to Slayer Only, the series where I beat every tier of every Slayer boss using only gear found in Slayers. We only have one boss left to go, but man, it's a hard one. Tier 4 Blaze is going to require a ton of gear upgrades, which means we need a ton of money, and that's what today's all about. Some of you wanted to see me grind lots of money from Slayer specifically, so today that's exactly what we're going to do. Hope you enjoy. Coins, coins, coins. That's all I need today. And there's a lot of upgrades we gotta get done. I gotta get full opal gems on this. I gotta get opal gems on my blaze daggers themselves. I have to actually put like the right reforge on this dagger. More enchants, more opal gems. We just need so much stuff. It's ridiculous. And everyone kept telling me, you know, hey, try out Spider Slayer for money. So that's gonna be my first and just probably main goal today. So just do a ton of Spider tier 5 bosses with our Slayer gear here and see how much coins we can rack up and upgrade our blaze armor and set up throughout the video. So you can see that I have a scorpion foil, we also have a tarantula pet, and I don't have an overflux anymore because, well, I had to afford this sword and pet somehow, and the overflux was the only thing I was really able to sell. Luckily, as you can see by my inventory, I did try one tier 5 and it went very well. Hopefully it'll be really easy to just shred this guy, and there isn't really a whole lot of upgrades I can do to my gear for Tarantula specifically, so we're kind of just stuck like this, and this is going to be our gear we grind with. But you know what, I plan to do a bunch of streams this week, a bunch of money grinding, and just to see kind of how profitable tier 5 Spider is. It's unfortunately not Aatrox, which means every quest costs us a whopping 100,000 coins, and that's, you know, something I can do about that. But yeah, by the way, my RNG meter is set on Tarantula Silk. That is what I was told what was best. Hopefully it's right. If not, blame, I don't know. Alright, so let's get this guy down and see how this boss goes. I'll do one in its entirety right now for you guys to see. Let's go ahead and use our weird tuba. I did grab our weird tuba again just to have. And why did the bats spawn already? That's not normal. Something I did realize is I kind of need to get duplex on this spider short bow, just to get through these things faster, the little eggs. Still don't know why that's a phase in this boss. I'm not a fan of it, but you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully the spider boss doesn't end up bugging like it has been recently. Hopefully we deal enough damage to where that's not going to be an issue, but I guess we'll just have to see over time if it ends up being a problem. All right, let's take this out. Let's do this. Let him jump over to us. Please don't freak out, Mr. Spider Boss. I would not like that. All right, but yeah, it seems like we deal plenty of damage. There we go. Ooh, actually getting a little bit low. That's not the best, but yeah, as long as we take this phase a little bit cautiously, kind of try to stun lock him in a corner like this, he can't really do a whole lot to us, which is good. So you can see how long is this quest going to take us. Whoa, he went over there, and that took us a little over a minute, 66 seconds, not too bad. And we make about, I have 100,000 in my RNG meter right now, so we're making like 250,000 coins-ish per boss, maybe a little bit more because of all of the string and stuff that we're getting, all of the web as well. We get a lot of web, like 200,000 coins with the web. So we're making about 1 million coins for every 2 bosses right now, but after I run out of RNG meter, that's going to drop significantly. It's going to be more about, I think, 100,000 coins every boss, which is great. I mean, that's like 3 to 5 million an hour just from the Tarantula Silk, and then obviously the webs give us a lot of money too. So I don't know what to say besides it's time to start grinding some coins. Let me figure out how I want to like structure this to make this a little more interesting than just spamming bosses and cutting every hour to clips of me upgrading stuff. Something I'm immediately noticing only a few bosses in is that the final phase seems to have some kind of damage over time effect. And I don't know where it's coming from, because the only thing that does damage over time in Spider Slayer is the bats, which you can see just despawned. So why am I taking this damage over time effect sometimes? It's like right now you can see that I got a hit right there, even though I was away from the boss. So it's something is doing that, and it's killed me once and almost killed me twice. I've also found out that it's much easier to do the boss in the spider's den, mainly because I don't deal enough damage to kill the Crimson Isle bosses or the Crimson Isle spiders efficiently. And also the magma cubes in the Crimson Isle make it a pain to fight the boss. So I end up having better boss times overall, just sticking to the spider's den caves. But yeah, this should be going pretty smoothly. I almost have enough to already get an opal, which is nice, but I'll probably try and grind the coins for all the opal first. So I think that's probably my first priority. Hold on, this is kind of good. This is much better than I was expecting. Look, I've already made 10 mil, and I haven't done that many bosses. Like, I don't know, done 20 or so, maybe less. I really don't know. But we already have 12 million coins, which if I search up Flawless Opal here, can I already place, I can't quite place my buy order yet. A couple more bosses and we'll be able to do that. But that is just insane, dude. This is great. Unfortunately, I'm kind of busy today, so I don't get to do much more work on this today, but I probably am going to stream tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. What's this? 2 runes? They've done it again! Well, if you want to pick up either of these fire sales, make sure to get your gems ahead of time with code TOAD on the Hypixel store. That's TOAD, just like my name. Set an alarm before it starts, by the way, because ruined fire sales, they tend to sell out pretty quick. And if you use my code, let me know in the comments and I'll respond to all of them, as it's the best way to support me and the series. There we go, I got a few more bosses done, and we can actually set up another sell order here real quick. We should be able to put in our order for our Flawless Opals now. We go to Opal, we find Flawless. Let's go ahead and get, I mean, what's the difference between Perfect and Flawless? Okay, like 6 times as much? Yeah, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and just do a buy order for 8 Flawless Opals and let that sit. That is 15 million coins. And that is our first thing we're gonna need. So I'm gonna let this sit and let it fill. And then I guess we probably next have to unlock the slots on our daggers, chestplate, and leggings, which hopefully isn't too expensive, but I don't really know. So I'm just gonna keep doing Spider Slayer while my order is filling. And then once it's filled, we can add our gemstones. Oh, Tarantula Talisman. Hey, our first rare drop from Spider Slayer. How much is this even worth? Tarantula Talisman. Where is it? Accessories. Only 200k? What? I thought these things were like 20 mil. Okay, well, I guess it's going up for 199,999, and hopefully someone buys this. Yay, I get like a little under 200k profit from that. That's disappointing. Alright, so the gemstone order has filled. However, we need to actually go ahead and unlock all the slots on these things. So let's grab these 2 and this, and let's see what we need. Just some money for that slot and some more money for that slot. Okay, these are very easy, thankfully, so we'll just do that. This one needs 5 fine ruby, jasper, sapphire, and amethyst. Okay. Ruby, jasper, sapphire, and last but not least, amethyst. Let's grab 10 of those. And that should be enough to just go ahead and unlock this slot and unlock that slot. There we go. I'll need to take the 2 gems out of these. So it's going to be 100,000 coins. And where's the helmet? That's going to be 10,000 coins. We'll do that. Go ahead and grab our 8 Flawless Opals right there. And just start chucking these in. So this is going to be, what, 36? True defense from the armor. There we go. And then on the daggers, it's going to be 12 per, which is 24 total. 24 plus 36 is 60, I believe. So that's 60 true defense. Nope, minus 12 because you can only hold 1 dagger at a time. 48 true defense to our setup right there, which is going to be great. Now I need to decide, because these swords have right-click abilities, meaning we can put these power scrolls on them. Do I want to put the ruby scroll, which gives me 1% of my missing health back every 5 seconds? Or do I want, 10 true defense, 1% HP or 10 true defense? I don't know which is better. I'll have to figure that out on my own. They're really cheap to get anyway, so I can put those on whenever. Hey, it looks like we get 2 million coins or 2.2 million coins back for our Flawless Onyx, which is pretty cool. So I think next up on my list of stuff to do is to try and get cold fused on this Kindlebane dagger, because this is the dagger that deals the most damage to the boss. So this is the one we really want to get maxed out as good as we can. So let's see, we need lethality and venomous. I think that's literally the only 2 enchants we actually need to put on this thing right now. And then maybe smoldering. You know what, that's really cheap. I'll just insta-buy that. And for Venomous 6, that is 1,000,000 coins. Let's go ahead and just do a buy order for that. Saves me 400 or I guess 300k, so we'll do that. And we'll just slap, if I could ever do the right table, slap, nope, not that. There we go. I need 149 levels, so we need just a little bit more. Hopefully this is going to be enough. Yes, it's exactly enough. This is the right sword. There we go, and okay. So yeah, now I need to get roughly 9 million coins in order to get the Reforged Stone to put cold fused on this dagger. So that's our next project. We need about 4 million coins for that. Or actually, once the Onyx sells, more like 2 million. So that's really going to be pretty easy. All right, we got ourselves the entropy suppressor now. It was a little expensive, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and add cold fused to our second dagger. Now the reason I'm using this over Fabled is because of that ability on the bottom. When you break a fire pillar, You get a ton of extra stats and true defense. This is going to be really, really important, especially because we are breaking fire pillars. It's just going to be very nice to have. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I think next up, what I want to get is actually relatively expensive, and it's going to take a pretty decent amount of grinding. And what I'm going to get is the Demon Slayer, if I could ever spell, gauntlet right here, the Demon Slayer gauntlet, because it gives us true defense, some damage stats, and 10% damage against blazes. This effectively will make up for not having the Vanquished set bonus ability by giving us that damage back, and well, that true defense will hopefully be a little bit important. This is probably the best gauntlet I can get. I think this is going to be better than the Shriveled Bracelet. Problem is, these materials are about 30 million coins to get, and 30 mil isn't a little bit, so I'm hoping that our RNG meter will last long enough to get me to 30 mil somewhat easily, but we're looking at a good amount of bosses here. This is gonna be probably the most expensive thing we grind right now. So I guess it's off to work and do that. I might stream for one of these actually, because this is gonna take a while. Okay, hold on. I just saw an image of the mayors, and there's a new mayor. Oh my goodness. It's real. I was logging in here, 100% certain that that was a fake image, but I was gonna fall for it anyways. I'm sorry, does that say aura? Universal income, increased loot, increased experience, and a few extra details not worth mentioning. That's not concerning at all. Okay, that's not concerning. When is this happening? 3 days, 20 hours? That is a really inconvenient time, but you know what? What is this even? Universal income. That is terrifying. Increased loot and XP. I mean, I guess this is a thing? I don't know if we'll see this. If this is of anything importance, I'm gonna record it on my Iron Man profile, but I guess we'll find out in about 4 days. Okay. Hold on, I was just told to go back and read the dialogue of the NPC. So what do we have here? It's time we put the people first. No more false promises, no more slacking, no more monarchs. I'm sorry. Why should a few have it when we can all share the load? Oh no. Dante made you obey, I'll make you thrive. No more greed, no more chaos, only fair progress for all. I'm not asking for your loyalty, I'm offering you a future. Every coin you earn, every drop you sweat will help everyone. The world doesn't need heroes, it needs workers. Under Dante, you work for him. Under me, you'll work for each other. Nah, let's make Skyblock fair again. What? What is this? Oh no. This is gonna be another big Skyblock event. Okay. Okay. All right. That's gonna be something. I guess I gotta finish this video quicker than I thought I was going to. Well, that does definitely mess with my plans a little bit, but I guess that just means I gotta get this video out by whenever before that event starts or something, so I think I'm gonna try and just get this Demon Slayer gauntlet as our last little thing here, unless there's a bunch of tiny things I'm forgetting, but I think the Demon Slayer gauntlet will be our last big item that we're going to go for right now. Why does the spider keep trying to climb up the wall, man? What is this? Oh, well, that is fine. All right, let's go ahead and finish this boss here. I've noticed that this boss does like some kind of damage over time effect when it's not supposed to sometimes. Like you can say I just took a bunch of damage even though it's nowhere near me. Don't know what's up with that, but it's killed me a couple times, so I just kind of deal with it. But all right, let's see. Do I get anything good from this one? No, just Tarantula Silk as usual. Oh well. Just me or Scorpius look a bit like Duralius. What? Hold on, wait. Just me or Scorpius look a bit like Duralius? We gotta investigate this for ourselves. We gotta see. Does Scorpius look a bit like Duralius, chat? I mean, I don't see it. Honestly, I don't see it. It's the suit. Yeah, but a lot of people wear, I mean, like, heck, I have a suit on my Minecraft character, but I don't look like Scorpius. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Eh, maybe not. Oh boy. Yeah, saw that coming. What? Excuse me? Where's my loot? What? Huh? I'm sorry. Did anyone else just see that? Did anyone else just see that? Where's my loot? I just got juked. Dude, that's dumb. Alright, overall, pretty productive stream. We're up to 27 million coins once this sells 27.4. So that's really good. We're really close to getting the Demon Slayer Gauntlet. Just have to do a couple more bosses, so we'll finish that up right now. Okay, we finally have the 30 million coins, so we should be able to afford this. So I'm going to need 96 molten powder, and this is the expensive part, so hopefully that this will end up filling, which will be good. We need, I think, 192 enchanted rabbit hide. I will just insta-buy these 3 stacks to make it easier because they're dirt cheap. And then 1 stack of enchanted glowstone. So there we go, that leaves us with 1.7 mil to keep doing bosses with, and this might take a little while to fill, but luckily I have a day, so back to more bosses while I figure out what the next thing I want to upgrade is. And not too much later, actually only took a few minutes, we've got ourselves the stuff to make the Demon Slayer Gauntlet. Now this thing is awesome, 5 true defense, some crit damage, and that 10% damage to blazes. This is extremely powerful, and our first piece of equipment on the whole profile, which is crazy. Now what I want to do is, how much is a, what is it, gleaming stone now or something? No, that's not it. It's called the shiny prism. I want to get one of these shiny prisms. So let's go ahead and do a buy order for one of these, and I'll let this sit. Actually, how much is it if I just buy it right now? Oh, it's over double. Yeah, we're buy ordering this. And I'll slap that on there. It'll give us a little bit of true defense and intel. Mainly, we just care about the true defense, of course. But yeah, I'm very excited to have this thing. This is going to be great for damage. And the question is now, what do I get next? I really don't have that much time. I'm actually very busy the next few days and have to edit this video tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit shorter than my videos usually are. So let me see if there's any small things we could do. Oh, like putting this Venomous 6 book on, whatever, I think this dagger? Actually, neither of my daggers have Venomous 6. So we may as well buy another Venomous 6 book. Let's do a buy order for that. And I'll let that sit for a while. And, oh, that's right. I need 2 Smite 6 books as well for these daggers to help with the, no, not 6. 2. No, not 2 book. Hold on. I got this. I use the bazaar sometimes. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna need some grands, and I guess I'll do a little check to see if I need anything else, but this honestly might be everything. Alright, we have some orders to claim here. We can claim these 3 things, grab our Demon Slayer Gauntlet, and I might not have enough coins to... What in the world is this? Okay. That's going on, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and see how much it costs to put the shiny prism on our Demon Slayer Gauntlet. What? Oh, mining 24. That's something I didn't notice. That's fine. Well, we do have these 2 smite books and this venomous book we need to put on our blaze daggers. So let's go ahead and get ready to do that. Looks like this is the dagger that needs that. So let's go ahead and grab all of our grand experience bottles that I have remaining wherever they are. I don't see any. Alright, let's go ahead and just grab a stack of grands. I can just barely afford this. Maybe we'll do this back on our island. Alright, Venomous 6 is going to cost 149 levels. Let's go ahead and get up to that. There we go. Slap that on this dagger. There we go. And how much is Smite going to cost? 100. That's not too bad. We should have enough to do this. So there we go. There's 1 Smite 6. And again, this is going to help with the Demon's phase tremendously. And there's the second Smite 6. So I need mining 24 to actually put this on. So I'm going to have someone apply that for me. I'll make sure to pay them as well. So I'm going to actually need to get some more coins to do that. Actually, can I just grab these? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put these away so I don't lose them. There we go. Don't want to sell those by accident. All right, let's grab all our redstone. Let's fall off the map. Wow, I am ridiculously clumsy this morning. There we go. Let's do that. Bazaar, sell that. There we go. And that was almost 500,000 coins. Not too bad. Alright, I can't immediately find anything else to do, and like I said a couple times, I'm kind of busy this week, so I'm gonna have to end things here. It's a little bit shorter of an episode. I know we didn't get that much done, but thankfully there wasn't too much to get done. And next time, we're taking on Tier 4 Blaze. We're gonna see if we can wrap up the series, or if the Blaze boss is gonna drive me absolutely insane. But for now, that's gonna be this episode of Hypixel Skyblock Slayer Only. If you're looking forward to possibly the finale, which will be next episode, be sure to leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button if you're at all new to the channel already. We do have that Aura Mayor coming up in 2 days. If it's anything important, I will be recording an Iron Man video next week about that, so you might see a week between the next Slayer video. I think that just about covers everything. And of course, if you're buying ranks, gems, fire sales, any of the Black Friday deals, holiday deals off the Hypixel store, hey, use code TOAD at checkout for a 5% discount on anything you buy. That's TOAD, just like my name. It really does mean the absolute world to me. And this series lets me keep doing what I'm doing. And that's it for today. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.